First call up, it would have been in about 88, and I was at Queen's Park Rangers, and we had to then wait for a letter to come through the post. You found out by CFAX, something like that, about the squad, and then the next day your letter would be there at the club for you from the FA, and you pick up, it was in a brown envelope, your letter and what the procedure was of training and the game. And it was quite exciting because, in that sense, because the manager, my boss at the time was Jim Smith, and he knew, but because it was my first call up, he never said anything to me. So when it was up, when I got home and I saw it was on CFAX, they put it out about 2 p.m. and Jim Smith rang me up. I won't say what he said, but that was a moment when that happened. It was a moment, and then when everyone else finds out, your phone doesn't stop ringing, and well, your house phone as such, because I don't think there was mobiles about as then. But it was a big occasion because there was no one who actually was guessing it. People weren't second guessing. Media-wise, everything was so much smaller, so you actually found things out yourself. But then when you actually turn up and you're seeing, I mean, it was my first season in the top division. I'd come from the third division to the top division, to Queen's Park Rangers, and I'm just playing against those players in the top division was something big. But to actually be going to the hotel, going to Burnham Beaches, and then meeting up with the players before we go and train at Bisham Abbey, it was just like, I'm not the biggest anyway, but I think I went even smaller because I was just asking myself, what was I doing here with all these people? And there was no one there that I really knew, because all the players I'd played with, maybe at youth level and under 21s, none of them had really made it there. I think if you try and believe there's belonging, and there's maybe taking it too far, and also you take it for granted. But I got in the squad at 88. It took me until, I think it was February, April 89 to get my first cap, because that was Bobby Robson's way. Because you got in the squad, there was no guarantee. I mean, the first time I got in the squad, I never even got on the bench. So I was just watching in the stands, and that's how it was. You had to see what international football's all about, watch it and try and understand it, and understand, more importantly, that it's nothing like club football. Your position is nowhere near the same. So I sat and watched for quite a long period. Then I made the bench. Then I started getting a lot of shirts with number 12 on the back. But for some reason, Bobby Robson always, when I was sub, always gave me number 12. So I sat on the bench for quite a while, and then the last 15 minutes against Albania at home, which was one of the qualifying games for the Italia 90, he put me on with 15 minutes to go. We were 3-0 up, and then we ended up winning the game 5-0, and that was my only competitive game I played for England before the World Cup. I think we do, but we set ourselves high standards because of, this country's won a World Cup. And there's nothing wrong with setting a high standard, but it's about how you deliver it to people, and it's never going to change as much as what I say to it or anybody says about it. Whatever happens, England get to a tournament, people will expect this country to be winning it. Even though we've won one World Cup, we've got to a semi-final in 2, people still expect us to go out there and win it because of everything that we push it with with the Premier League, especially nowadays. It's the best in the world for some unknown reason. That should be a reason why you should win a World Cup. No, sometimes you win a World Cup by luck. Not always the best team in the world will win a World Cup. It's not all on a league basis. It's a cup competition after you go through the group stage. So you might have a bit of luck. Some teams don't get a lot of luck, and I would say 1990, we never got the rub of the green. The game should have been won before we got to penalties. I would say is that you've got to go in there and you have to be fearless. I was lucky because, as I mentioned earlier, I was quite high in something because I never expected it. I think expectation is higher now with players today. The self-belief is there more so than what it was in my time. Because I think if you haven't got that self-belief, you can just get trod all over, especially because everyone's in your face. If they're not in your face physically, they're in your face online. So you know, one way or the other. So you got to go in there. You have to grab it, but you always got to remember there's an opportunity that you can go back and do it again. It's not the be all and end all if you don't achieve it. People are always going to want you to win. Other people out there are always going to be negative. So all you can do is be positive and hope that the people next to you are in the same vein as same vein of thought as what you are, that they want to win. I was desperate to win. My ego wanted me to win because I was thinking about all the things that bounce off of it. You know, if you can win a World Cup. And I saw what happened after getting to a semi-final, what he'd done for me as a person. People knew my name, no one knew my face. I'm just really gutted now and jealous that I never got the opportunity to go and win it, because what I had just to get to a semi was unbelievable. But to get to a final and won a final, I think I could have still been bouncing around now.